Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short. It's Levis. Throw left side, taken in by Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. First down, here's White. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3. The Bucs had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Here's Levis. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Palmer. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. You look at this Bears defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Levis to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact level time there, and now 4th down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bears. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Levis now off of play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. Levis. And his throw is incomplete. You look at this Bears defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Levis on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bears take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. Takes it to about the 37. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Off play action. Fields under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively. And then they got hit with that big play.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run with a former Panther. It's Deontay Foreman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, try to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game.
That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Off the play fake, Levis. That's completed right side to Palmer.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Levis. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Play action now, Levis.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll go up the middle with White.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down.
A quality pickup from White, who really earned more time as the Bucs starter the back half of last season. Finished with close to 400 yards in the Bucs' final 8 games. Positioned himself as the leader in the backfield moving forward.
They go right back to White here on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. When they're lined up in the 46 defense like that, running is just going to be a slog.
Especially if you're trying to run it in the middle of the defense. So what you're hoping, get a stalemate against the 3 across the front, and can you get some one-on-one blocks that you can win on the perimeter? To me, that's the best place to carry the football.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Pettis now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go. Good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 10.
Angel.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand.
Ready. Check, Bobcat.
Going right side is White. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, they'll run with White. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
White is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Off the option, that's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Here's Levis.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown!
Dominic Daphne.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Buccaneers have retaken the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Pettis now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Pettis on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. On play action, Fields.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Levis now on 1st and 10.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with White. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Levis to throw off play action. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break. Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break.
Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. Pettis now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Play action. It's Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man completes it to Claypool. The 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Herbert powering up the middle. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
Here's a toss right side with White. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. And they'll accept that penalty.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Rig alert, rig alert. Cowboy 80. Go.
Levis looking to throw.
Complete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Pettis. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion.
West right here. 10. Go.
Fields on 1st down. That'll be caught by Foreman.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
A handoff for Herbert, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On the option left is Fields. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Now Fields.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 31, here's 2nd and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Warriors, 70.
Now Levis.
On the left side, a catch by White. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go,
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. The slot man in motion right.
On 1st down, Fields. Completion here to Claypool.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here's a give to Herbert.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Off play action, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
Not a great season for the Bears passing game, which ranked last in the league, but very solid year by Kmet. Established himself as a dependable target at tight end and led Chicago in yards and touchdowns.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Here we go.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Again, it's Homer. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Mooney, the motion man right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
They'll set up the screen for Herbert.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Fields.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Khalil Herbert.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. Here's Levis. And he comes back with one complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Levis now off of play action. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Levis on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's White. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7.
19 Lions. 18.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And he will find his man on the outside. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
19 sides, Cougar 19.
Now back to the ground game with White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Pettis now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. He's got Mooney. That's a room to run now. Into space at the 45. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll run. It's Herbert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. All eyes on Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, man. They're putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, they took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. The drive starts with a run by White. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now a give up the middle. This is White, but only able to muster a gain up to the 8-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll get a first down, but still short of the 20.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Levis to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And you certainly have to applaud the effort here. They're not settling for overtime. They're trying to get in position to win it with a late field goal. That takes some guts. But this one is going to wind up incomplete.
They'll go up the middle with White. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. Levis. Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
This is 1st and 10.
No mud.
Now Fields.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Past midfield, look out. He's inside the 20. There are no flags. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And an amazing return wins it in OT.
So it's a win for the Bucs here, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for the Buccaneers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener.